In this video, I'm going to share how couples can learn to access both the skills and the presence needed to restore connection when disconnection inevitably happens. And I'll share with you one specific skill that helps make that possible. So, of course, in every relationship that lasts long enough, there will be moments of rupture, and that capacity to repair greatly contributes to the strength of the bond and sometimes even the potential for ongoing connection in the relationship. But many couples do not have the skills to do this, and in moments of rupture, it can feel very scary, and a culmination of unprocessed ruptures and unsuccessful attempts at repair can really begin to erode at the foundational trust and health of the relationship. As therapists, it really supports us to have a clear vision and path to guide our clients through these challenging conversations as they restore their connection. But even more importantly, instead of our clients depending on us to guide them towards repair, we can do this work while also supporting our clients in integrating and learning the skills along the way that they need to begin to trust that they can restore their own connection when needed outside of the therapy room. Many couples don't have a lot of hope around doing repair. They find it to be one of the most challenging areas of relationship, and they are really relieved to learn that there are specific internal and relational skills that can be taught, practiced, and integrated to make it possible. This is one of the most advanced relationship competencies. That's why it is number 10 out of 12 relationship competencies. It really draws upon prior relationship competencies that we've spoken about, such as empathy, being able to access empathy in the midst of pain and be in that open state, being able to access self-empathy and connect more deeply to what's really alive, what needs are alive in this experience, rather than just being caught in the story of who is right and who is wrong, which can also relate to the ability to recognize reactivity, to be able to track it, and to be able to manage reactivity along the way so that there is access to that open state in the midst of an oftentimes very challenging, tender conversation that's likely to activate the nervous system. So I'm going to share with you one of the more simple yet transformative skills when it is very supportive when integrated, which is skill number 4 of relationship repair. Maintain a focus on the feelings and needs related to the specific stated neutral observation of the behavior that didn't meet needs. So I'm going to give you an example of what that sounds like here in a moment, but I'm going to first start with a couple of really important things about what this skill does. First, when couples are hurting, it is very natural for the mind to gather every similar moment from the past, all that accumulated pain, all those unfinished conversations, and in the midst of repair, those things get brought up. It's a little bit of an everything but the kitchen sink kind of a moment, and suddenly repair seems impossible. They're just in a field of pain. So many threads have been accessed, and there's not a capacity to move through all of that at one time. And then it becomes, sometimes there start to be beliefs that form of repair just isn't even possible. It's just too challenging. So when couples can stay with one event, one moment, one specific observation, and they can complete that repair, they can have a clarity on what they're focusing in on, and they can begin to build trust that repair is possible when they stay with the thread a thread at a time, and the other events can be tended to over time if needed, one at a time as well. Also, by focusing on the neutral observation and the need, it helps the couple again to clarify, what are we tending to? So I'll give an example. Say a couple has been practicing this for a while. One partner might invite in repair process by stating something like, last night when you came home after work and you were petting the dog at the door for a while, before you came over and said hello and gave me a hug and a kiss. That moment didn't feel very good. It felt pretty tender for me, and I just have a sense it would be helpful to do some repair and explore how we might be able to better meet some needs I have around security and love. Are you available to tend to that with me right now? Okay, now the couple can decide, do they have the capacity, they want to be with this right now? There's a potential for coming together as a united front, understanding what they are tending to. There are additional skills to repair that as they go along will clarify that even deeper. But just that starting point to the neutral observation. Again, which can be very different than not just one event and not a neutral observation, which might wind up sounding something more like, gosh, last night you came home and once again you weren't even thinking of me or considering me. It's like I don't even matter to you. You were petting the dog and completely ignoring me. It's just like so many other times. And there's like a list of events that open up. Whew. I imagine just by hearing those, you can feel the difference in this foundational entry point and how it supports clarification, supports connection, supports a reduction in reactivity. So I have found oftentimes that as couples are tending to repair, even after they've clarified the event they're going to tend to, these other threads will come in. And I've seen couples even just go ahead and just write it over on a note on the side. Just write it down. Here's the other thing that's coming to mind that's related to this, that's really wanting attention, and building that capacity to be with the discomfort of not bringing that up, with the trust that there's going to be a great relief in just staying with this and seeing it through, and then being able to check out and see, do I actually even need to bring that up right now? Do we want to schedule another time to be with that other event that came to mind? I have found that couples are so oftentimes just relieved to hear that there's a clear path for learning how to stay connected to themselves and each other and have effective repair. And when we are supporting our clients in integrating this capacity to tend to relationship repair, we're not just helping them to stay together or return to that bond in the moment. By giving them the skills needed to be empowered to do this on their own and to practice this at home, we're helping them to build the kind of relationship that can grow stronger through those hard moments, where ruptures can be an access point for deeper understanding of each other, for finding and co-creating those agreements that are going to help them to build the kind of relationship they're wanting, where there aren't as many of those types of ruptures in the future. So there's just so much I could share on this topic. Many couples are needing support around this, and many therapists. I know for me, having a clear path when I really had this honed in was so relieving for me in these moments, to know that as the ruptures, as the things that were needing repair were coming up, I could hold a clear sense of a map of trusting there's a way to do this. We can, if they want to lean in, there's a path that we can all work together and collaborate on here. It was very relieving to my system. So if this speaks to something in you and you feel it's important to equip your couples with this capacity, maybe you'd like to learn your own path for really guiding these types of moments, I invite you to join us here for a deeper dive in this relationship competency. Thank you for joining me for this little intro right now, and wherever you are in the world, in whatever way you are supporting people, thank you for that contribution. And as always, until next time, let's continue to lead with love.